Hi there, Alfred. Don't know what happened, but I think it just the voice just went off. Now you can, I guess, yeah? Yeah, now I'm talking. Yes, so basically, yeah, okay, now you can hear me. So I've just taken that trade on a sell stop for NZDCHF based on the 4-hour chart. I see that it's got a lot of potential to go downwards. So it's just that if I sell now, I'll sell at 5970. I can do that as well, but it's just perhaps I'll do another one here on execution. We'll just wait a little bit, I guess. Yeah, because I've taken that one already and NZDCHF. CHF JPY is also very interesting. We've got it on the daily showing a lot of signs to the upside. When you look to the left, though, it's got the challenge here on that very big fall. So I want to be very careful on that. So I wouldn't, probably I would look into the buy above that area right there, because the fall has been quite significant at 1,000 plus pips down, you see. So it wouldn't actually be something that I want to mess with at this stage with the CHF JPY for now. So I'll just let the market do its thing. Because if we are looking at it from the daily perspective, there is a bit of a cup-like pattern. So we want to look at whether we have any reversal as well. I'll just check that one on the stochastic. Any diversion? It looks like there's a bit of a diversion going on. A divergence. Divergence, because this one here, you see here, that's the peak upward to the current price. This one, current price is a bit lower than this one. So, no, sorry, I'm looking at the ADX. Yeah, it's still the same here. You see, you have got this one here is talking about this peak. Current price is there. From this peak here to the current price is a downward slope, but from this peak to the current price an upward slope. So I just want to be quite careful in this, because if we have looked to the left, and CHF JPY did actually show very clearly on the daily chart as well that it's got that. So if we go down to the 4-hour chart, we can just look at what's going on as well. Get rid of that. And current price, let's see. Yeah, it's the same sort of scenario. Further back, scrolling further back, we have got loads of hints of there you go, areas. Especially it's at 11696 area, or maybe a bit higher. 11698, yeah, and here it's at 11711. So 11711 or 12 is really close to 11720 area. So it is within the area that we need to be really careful as well of any reversal. On the 4-hour, if we're looking at the stochastic, it is still showing divergence because of that peak slope down here, but slope up there. So it's really close to some reversal at this moment of time. So I wouldn't actually take it just yet. It's probably too early to consider, because then it would want to go up first before it actually falls. So if I go to the daily chart and I pull my Fibonacci from here to here, so even if it reaches that area there and then it starts to reverse, we have got that area there to monitor as well on the 78.6 and the 61.8 as well for the fall. to actually occur. But after it falls, and only then we can actually consider an ABCD pattern to the upside, then we know that the fall will create the C point. So I'll just probably wait because the timing is not yet for me, especially. So even the pattern's not really that clear. Price that you, okay. Now the NZD, because when I send you, I only can send you with the current trend, and you have to make the price of entry based on when you are looking and you are prepared to enter, because what I would actually enter at the time, because it's moving, you see, so the price is actually moving. So let's look at it together. NZD you see, the price that I give you may be a little bit too late already for entry, so you need to take the next entry price. So like, for example, now if I, because I've already entered earlier, so if you are looking at it now and I've given it to you and the price is actually falling quite drastic, we can just use psychological number in this case. So here, you can enter based on the psychological number of 5980, so 5970 will be your entry. I probably have entered at 5940 at the time that I've actually mentioned to you, because it was playing around at 5950 area earlier, let's say, then I would plan it at 5940. But then if maybe it has dropped a little bit, or, 15, 20 pips down, or let's say it goes up, reverse, whatever it does, you want to actually, the structure is solid enough with the 4-hour chart where you see that ABCD pattern to the downside. But in terms of price, you have to base on what you want to enter at the time, because maybe you are delayed with looking at it, or me, I'm a bit early, or maybe even me sometimes, I don't enter yet, for example. So we have differences of entries. The structure remains the same. The structure remains a bearish ABCD pattern to the downside. The target also remains the same there. But when you want to enter, how much you want to take in terms of profit at the first stage, or you just want to leave it and then let it just hit TP, and you want to leave it or not, is entirely up to yourself. So for yourself, maybe for entries 5970 if it's based on psychological numbers. Okay, for NZDCHF, the the end of the how you call that, the end of the D point here is at 5901, so it's really close to 5900. So I wouldn't wait until price goes there. I would take it a little bit higher, of course. So 5910. Okay, so 5910 above the 5900 psychological number will be the ultimate take profit area. So that remains the same, but the entry has to change, and maybe it's better to monitor the current market price and then to decide on your personal entry. Okay, on NZDCHF. Okay, because I trade on the structure, so the structure is given to you. Like for your signals is different. You got your entry based on the signal, on the indicators and things like that. So it's different. They have to give you the entry, the exit, and then you've got the rules of your stop losses. But here we are based on the structure, the trend. The trend is based on the daily chart trend, or how long you can actually sell. Then we just want to look for the location. The location of the trade can actually vary on the entry price, whether you want to enter now, you want to enter later on, because it's based on different time frames. Because we are looking at the bigger picture, they got the bigger pattern. You are riding from C to D, so it's a bit of a different approach as well, as you know. So that's why, when you ask about entry, it's probably better for you to decide on the entry as well, because you know where the end picture is. The end picture is at 5910, so you can actually then combine as well with your current how you call that, approach with the signals as well, and then see how best you can gather some pips with it. Because for me, I prefer to always grab the tail as well here, not to enter late, but to actually ride along the what do you call that, the fall that is faster. Okay, so that I don't need to wait too long. Also, we have got all this resistance area right here as well. Okay, all right. So nobody's joining us today. All right. Okay. So there you go. That's for NZD-CHF. For AUD USD as well, we have the tip at the 70.86 area. Obviously 70.90, you can actually exit. That is for the take profit. Of course, the entry is always based on the centroid if it's a pattern. But then if it's already past the centroid, you need to then adjust the numbers accordingly to the psychological numbers. Okay. All right, Alfred, is all okay so far? Okay, so let's say, all right, good. So we have got AUD, USD, Euro USD. This is for yours. NZD, USD. Oh, so that's the one before past. Let me just check the software. Give me a second. It is quite strong on the CHF. CHF is giving loads of signs of bullishness. So CHF, JPY, it is still giving a lot of hints to the upside. So it is going strong with the upside. So I'll just take a look at the CHF. CHF, JPY, give me a second. Okay. Now with the uptrend, obviously it's really strong with the ADX as well. I just want to give it a quick check. It's all above the 25 level on most of the time frame, quite strong on the 1 hour chart. So I'll get rid of the ADX. Now we'll look into the stochastic for reversal potential. Here itself, it's looking quite good with the uptrend if I'm looking at the 1 hour chart, but the 1 hour chart with the stochastic is showing me that there's a potential of a reversal because of the divergence, you see. Not that similar in terms of the slope, still higher high though, but I just want to be very careful on this one. If I go onto the 4 hour chart, this one here is clearer divergence, I think. Yeah. This to the price now is a slope up, very clear. This one here is a slope down. So we need to expect a potential divergence and possible reversal, basically. Okay, so I just want to be very careful. So what I'll do is I'll take off this. I just want to now lay out my risk because it's just so powerful. It's looking very powerful on the daily chart. But then if we are expecting reversal as well, we cannot really trust what's going on here. So if I see the bigger picture, it's quite close to a major resistance area. So I just want to look at the opening price right there is there, and yeah, so the price has actually gone under that major resistance area of 11740 is where it closed right there, the upward type candle. Okay, and then now we are looking at price at 11713. So I'll just lay out the price based on psychological numbers at 11700. Okay. Okay, there you go. So we have the price now there. So this is what I called you know, looking for the structure first. The structure I look at the daily chart, and then I want to look at the behavior at a 4-hour chart. Then I can plan shorter term entry at a 1-hour chart. Okay, so this is what I am actually experimenting and looking so that we can come up with more shorter term intraday type trades, as opposed to, you know, sharing with you how I trade, you know, exactly, which is using the daily chart, having, you know, floating, and then I basically target at about 200 pips or so, but then it'll take time. So we don't want to do that for yourself, especially because, you know, it's probably a better fit to consider intraday trade. So with that, then I adjust a little bit so that I can show you. So we go on the daily chart, then we go to 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, we just want to determine what's the behavior of the market as well, whether they're, you know, broken out, not broken out yet, reverse, and all that kind of thing. The action that it's doing, basically. Okay. The price on AUD USD on the D point, yeah, sure. AUD USD, yeah. Okay, give me a second. On the D point is 70.90, yeah. On the D point, 70.90 on the D point, yeah, correct. Now the price is has just gone right. It's just gone slightly under the 71.40, so it's already gone under that. Perhaps it's correcting at this moment of time, but we cannot really be sure. But there's a potential of it correcting just at this area because of all these powerful sideways type candles. So if we look at the base here, so it's quite close to 7150. So there's a high chance of it going upwards and then correcting at close to the 7150 area. Then once it does that, then you have got the potential of a new pattern. So we are waiting for this to go up somewhere to make it the C point, because then this is still the A, and then you got the B here, and then we can then look at the potential to the downside for the D point. Okay, but this is where it matters a lot, is how much more it actually go and then reverse at which C point as your retracement Fibonacci as well. Really important. Okay, so okay. So AUD USD, that's clear. Okay, Alfred, that's good. Okay, so now let's, since we are already on AUD USD, then we will go on to the your pairs that you've indicated earlier on. And AUD USD, as what I've mentioned, it's got the potential to the upside as well. But, you know, daily chart always gives you a better hint, but it's always not 100% accurate as well, because, you know, we want to always look at it from a probability perspective, not certainty. Okay, so all this, it's moving at the moment. Euro USD, let's look at Euro USD. We've definitely got a new surge of price to the upside for Euro USD. But then if we go on to the daily chart, just to look at the structure of the market, we look at the price now is just too close to this peak and this peak right here. The highest of these two peak is this candle right there. Oh, a little bit here. And that mirrored that roughly. So it's at 1798, which is really close to the 1800 significant reversal area. Okay. There we go. So we have got that area to watch out for reversal. Also at that area of reversal, based on the daily chart, we have got a very strong bearish single mother candle as well, and that has actually gone down. Single candle itself, it's at 229 pips, so very, very significant, which is also a good thing to consider because you can then, based on this candle itself, plan your sell type order. Okay, but before we do that, we want to also look at different time frames, but now we just want to look at where would it be a good price. So 1780 and below, 1770 would be an ideal selling price. So we put it at 1770 for the Euro USD. And to take that through that long candle right there, right to the end, it's about 200 pips, 201. Okay, but that is close to the 1567, so 1590. Let's say if we are at 15, nope, that's at 1565, so 1590 would be roughly here. Okay, there. And that is at 177 pips still, so that's quite good. Okay, so let's just mark that. One 1590. Okay, there you go. So 17, this one here, if you want to polish it to 1740 just to give it more room, would probably be better. I would do that. I would go and look at a bit lower price, 1740. Get rid of that one there. So my trading zone or area would be between entry at 1.1740. This is for Euro USD. Okay, and then looking at this area right here, but we're still on the daily chart, so we need to go down to lower time frames as well. This one gives you 140 plus pips, or 146 pips as well. So we know we've got a location. The most important is the structure, the location right here, and then we go and look at the market behavior on the 4-hour chart. Okay. Okay, the market behavior here on the 4-hour chart is that it's looking for support. It has found support probably at the close to the 100 exponential moving average. We look at what's going on. It is definitely finding support. So the behavior is finding support, the area right there. Okay, as it goes upwards based on that current price. We have not seen a single bullish pattern on the left as well. This is the thing. So that actually does raise some doubts of whether or not to enter now for the buy. It's probably too early as well. Go on the daily chart. It's probably a little bit clearer. Because of that movement, this very big movement to the upside here, from what I can see on the daily chart, it may actually then give us a bit of a hint of a lazy Z type pattern. So this one, if you double this one up roughly, then you can see potential all the way up there. But no, it could happen. Something else could actually happen. Oops, I wiped that one out. In a second, and then it would change the trend and everything else. So let's just so now it's the B to the C. C is at the top here. So definitely looks like there are room actually to go upwards, but at this stage, it's really important to look at the power of single bullish candles as well from the current price area. I just see too many downward type movements, so we want to be a little bit careful as well. Let's look at because Euro is definitely picking up. Euro USD has picked up a lot in both Asian session as well as European American sessions. Uh, and Euro is actually bullish overall, except for CHF, except for Euro CHF, but it's bullish overall with the rest of the currencies at this moment in time. Okay, let's see. So that is for your Euro USD. Let's see. Now it's trading at 1793. So the entry at this stage, you have to play it with the psychological number. So 1810 would probably be better, or 1830. So you've got a choice. Let's just one eight ten is here. 1830. Perhaps once it has actually gone up there, then more room to the upside. But again, you know, we are looking at this area here and here. It looks quite intact, so it's not that easy to just change direction and pierce through all this very significant resistant area. It's definitely got loads of buying power from above the white line area, above the 1.1916 area. So 1.1930 would probably be better to consider more buying at this stage. You know, it's just wait and see first, because we are just wondering whether or not, you know, it's got all these movement here are a result of resistance, you know, and we just have to wait a little bit more of how much lower would it actually be going. Okay, that's for your Euro USD. Euro GBP, if we go onto the daily chart, let me just get rid of this. Okay, is looking at what's going on now. Let's see. We are seeing a potential price moving upwards, but finding resistance here, this area. Very simple to find. Okay, the next one, a little bit to the left, based on this one here, you can put it on there. So it's, unless it actually pierces through these two lines and go above the 9150 area, then we have got something to look at. Okay, but if we are looking at upward type movement for Euro GBP, I think the upward type movement participation will only begin roughly here. Opening price itself is 9164. So then it most probably can actually take it until the top here of 92766. So definitely, you know, trading opportunities right there. So you want to be very careful with that. So 9164 can be a buying type area, but as of now, it is actually moving. But I do see a bit of a bullishness here going on, but this one itself taking it through to the closing, to the closing price, there's 62 pips, so it's not too bad. Okay. That's the structure side of it. So it's looks like it's got room. So if I make that even more here, Okay, so now I can get rid of all these ones here. Okay, let's see. We have a bit of room. Before 9100 is 90 9090 roughly. That's at least about 45 pips. So there may be potential 45 pips, but we are at 90.46, really close to the 9050 psychological number as well. Yeah, it's just a bit risky to just take risk now. The buy movement at the very top above here would probably be ideal. If it goes above, 9164, 9190 at least, then it can actually go quite high to again at a peak limited. Okay. All right, here. It's quite strong on the upside on the 4-hour chart. $90.46 on the 4-hour. Give me a second. On the 4-hour. 9047, 9060 onwards. There is one candle right there on the 4-hour that you can actually ride along, but it starts just there. Okay, and that's at 9. So 9060 would probably be a good potential for a bit of a buy, and then take it through. Give me a second. 9060 all the way 9090. Okay, we've got about 30-40 pips there, but at 9060 onwards, then we can see a bit of a upward type movement, because on the average directional movement price, not really that, convincing there on the way it's moving. It's more convincing on the 1-hour chart. But then on the 1-hour chart, we are having the challenge here, which is at 90.50s area. So again, it's quite clear. We don't do anything or any buying or anything like that on the Euro GBP until it crosses the 90.60s area. And then we can decide and see what happens. If not, it's too risky at this moment of time, because it's already signaling us a lot of resistance from one time frame to the other time frame, especially from higher to lower. Okay, so not yet at this time. For gold, let's just look at gold. All right, for gold on the daily, it's looking like it has corrected, and then now it's on the way up again. Gold is a little bit tricky because we don't have much reference point to the left, but let's see. Not much. Yeah. So I've mentioned as well on for gold, the correction is really important. Let's see. The correction, the mouth of the cup area here. See, it has actually gone down and corrected there, which is a very good thing. If it starts to reverse for gold and reverse with 2 candle up, let's say, then we have got more buying power. As you can see, is already there for one candle on a daily going upwards. And then we have two candles on the 4-hour going upwards. And then we have got many more other candles on the 1-hour. So with that said, I think there is a potential to the upside. Shortest term, you can follow this bullish candle right there from 1934 of the price of gold to the 1955. Okay, so yeah, we have got that possibility right there. But then, if you look at average directional movement index, is all above 4-hour as well, and daily. Okay, Alfred, any questions on gold at all? No questions on gold? All good so far. Now, no, because I've just laid out that price for you there, the resistance, because we have to think of the risk side of it. I mean, for now, not just yet, just, okay, let us do a little bit of analysis of the best prices. You can, but let me just look at it. Give me a second. All the lines are entangling as well. And if you look at the stochastic, whether or not we have got any there's some reversal, reversal hints, divergence between the stocks and the price. On the daily chart, here on the daily chart, it's giving me a lot of reversal. See, you've got reversal here, here the price down here. This one's another divergence as well. It's just hinting too many divergence, so not very safe at the moment to actually buy, because let me just lay out the price, because we don't have much reference point now for gold, but of course majority of traders, investors, they are all in the buy now, with BTC, with silver as well, with gold. It's all on the buy at this moment of time. But it's just that if you're intraday, if you're trading intraday and you want to trade intraday, then you cannot afford to have, you want to have that little bit of pips, like how you are using your signals. That kind of trading would probably fit you much better, you see. So if you want to do that for gold, then you need to discover the 1-hour chart maybe and look at what's going on, because on a daily and a weekly, okay, it is hinting upwards, only correction at the moment here, very clear on the weekly, all upward type movement. So long term, yes, for the buy on the long term. If long term on the buy, then we probably are expecting more correction at this moment of time. So if you see here, let's say we get rid of this and this, okay. Now looking at it, really nice going upwards, yeah, even on the 4-hour, let's say. Okay, so the upward type movement, if you want to take the risk, then there is a chance to ride along that bullish candle right up to the 1963 area. So let's say you want to take it to 1960. So there may be a potential there for the 1960. It's just that it's quite risky at this moment of time. I would take it at 1963 and above, actually, but then I prefer to ride along later at this area. See, so here, because of that bullish area there, because all this movement to the downside has gone through this powerful bullishness, and then you got the second bullishness here as well. So I might look at this area. Okay, that's for the buy, just to lower down my risk. But if you want to look into buying from now, then you need lower time frame as well. Okay. Trend is, yeah, trend is very clear to the upside. That's for sure. Yeah, trend is on the upside. If you want to make it clearer, then you can draw some trend line as well, just to make sure that certain prices doesn't go through and things like that. Because here, if you look on the 1 hour chart right now, you have got some support. It is approaching some support area, but we just need to be sure that the support is not going to become resistant here, and the support is going to become support. So what would be best to do is to just wait a little bit until the price goes above the 1944 area. So let's say about 1945 and above, or 1948 above, then you have got better, you're in a better sort of position. What I would do is if I look to the left here, I've got a bullish type candle, single candle there. So if I based on that one there, I'll push my entry up a little bit. So my entry at 1948. So the answer to your question is, can buy or not? There is a potential or probability to buy at 1948, probably be better, and then your take profit 1960. Okay, so 1948, 1960, maybe a bit of a gap there. It's just because that location in within that location would have a better, I mean, it contains better quality of candles right there. Because if I, let's see, if I go to the end, yeah, because here this is what's happening. It's got a lot of action here. So that would probably be also another area I would buy. Is there? It's that 1948 to 1964. Once it's actually gone above, then you have got another area here. That's 1973. But we'll take a stage at a time. So pending order 1948, take profit 1960. I would think. Yeah. Okay. For gold, for the 1 hour chart. Okay, Alfred, any questions so far? If not, then we can end the session. Okay, we have got a late comment. Hi there, Chenko, how are you doing? We started about an hour ago, Chenko. We started at 3 p.m. my time, so we're just about to end the session, actually, Chenko. Maybe you can address some of your questions first. If you've got any questions with regards to your pair, welcome anyway. Don't worry. Yeah, any questions? Okay. Hi there, Cheng Ho. Can you hear me okay? Give me a second, just sorting something out. Okay, Cheng Ho, you can hear me? Yeah, okay, good. All right. Any questions, Chinko? You probably have got a question. You can address your question first, and then we'll end the session. No problem. All right. No question. Okay. Perhaps maybe I'll send you the recording as well, Chinko. Yeah, and Alfred. If you have no question, then we'll end this session for tonight. If you have, then just let me know. It's okay, no worries. It's just because it's Wednesday, so Wednesday to Friday, I have to start earlier, just because I have to fetch my daughter. So it's 3 p.m. It's 8 p.m. Sorry, Malaysian time for Mondays to from Wednesday to Friday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 8 p.m. But Mondays and Tuesday, I can do the 4 p.m. Yeah, 4 p.m. my time, which is 9 p.m. Malaysian time. Okay, so we have to do it earlier, 8 p.m. Ending of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday, we can do it at 9 p.m. All right. Okay, no problem. But if there's anything, Chenko, you can always, while you watch and you have questions, you can just PM me on Telegram or WhatsApp. No problem. Okay. Okay. With that, guys, thank you very much. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Okay. So tomorrow will be at 3 p.m. my time, which is 8 p.m. Malaysian time. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Have a very good night, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye bye.